It is that time again, our 7th episode of buying 10 items from AliExpress. I don't know if there were exactly 10 in the older episodes, like the first one or two. So I figured we'll start off with the mystery brown box. Sealing tape. Remove liner to expose adhesive. Well, it wasn't doing anything. I need my knife. Yeah, always extend these all the way. It's how you make sure you don't break the blade. All the way. Alright, so what is in box number 1? I think it's like one of the only boxes. Let's see... our Steelix. He's a bit of a big boy, that's what I was hoping for. We have basically just the Steelix figure. Nothing super exciting to start this video off. I was hoping to find one of these that was like made out of metal. It's not, it's like vinyl like you would normally expect. It has a bit of heft to it, so it's not like hollow or anything. It does have that metallic paint, which definitely helps give it the metal effect if I were to like, I don't know, throw it in the background like that. It does kind of look like, at least from my view on a small feed out screen, it looks like a metal figure. Yeah, I'd say it's done pretty well. You do have a little bit of scuff marks and stuff, but nothing bad. We've certainly gotten far worse from AliExpress in the past. And yeah, I like this thing. This little non-official, just vinyl Steelix. I will note, we got some weird stuff going on in this video. Everything in this, I promise, is tangentially related to Pokemon, but there's going to be a couple that are a bit out there. Starting off with this one. I have seen these all over the place. I see them all the time, and I'm just so curious. I haven't really had a good need for them. But we have an Amiibo device. Allamiibo.com. That's interesting. They even ripped off the Amiibo logo for Allamiibo. That gives me a bit of confidence in this product, I won't lie. Fair warning, I have not been to this site, I have not vetted this site, I can't tell you that it's safe. Okay, YouTube, don't get mad at me if something goes wrong. But you got this little, okay, it's kind of like packed here in this foam, which I'm probably gonna show that. Neat little presentation, nice cover on that, like to protect the screen, looks kind of glossy. Transparent back, so we can straight up just see the battery that they're using in there. This little device does charge with USB-C, and my hope is that it's just already charged. It is! Alright, I'm gonna have to kill some lights. So, we have Amiibo emulator, Amiibo database, Amiibo link card emulator, BLE file transfer and settings. We have version, language... Oh, you can use external storage. It's 49% full. Is there like an SD card slot somewhere? Maybe you have to pop it open. Oh, you do have a backlight setting. Let's crank that up. Not that it really seemed to help much. That backlight's really dinky. Like you can see like a little bit of light coming from there. Pretty crappy little backlight. So if we go into our Amiibo, we have folders here. If we go to the Amiibo folder, I'm assuming Animal is Animal Crossing. We have Mario Sport, Zelda, Data, Favorite, and Others. Go look at Others. Oh, there are others. Baseball, Kart 8, Chibi Robo, Dark Souls, Diablo, Fire Emblem, I'm gonna make use of that one. Kirby, Mario Party 10, Mega Man, Metroid, Monster Hunter, Pikmin, Pokemon, there we go. So, we only have 2. Interesting, we have Detective Pikachu and Shadow Mewtwo. That's annoying. When you go back in menu, it goes back to the top of the menu. That does seem to be the only Pokemon one on here. That's a bit disappointing. So if we went into like Zelda here, yeah, there are a lot more here. So let's say 8-bit Link. We can select him. And then... Interesting. So we're just kind of scrolling through them right now. So 8-bit Link, let's select him again. So we can random tag... Auto random, set custom ID, read only, delete tag, back to tag details. There should be... Okay, so you can't favorite it in the device. You would have to hook this up externally in order to favorite different Amiibo. That's kind of annoying. So I guess I'm gonna get my Switch and see if I can't get these things to work.
Okay, first off, I apologize for the terrible audio of this segment. It's actually the next day. Also, this is from a previous one of these like AliExpress videos, this little Switch cartridge carrier. But I figured Fire Emblem Engage is probably gonna be my quickest way, probably, to test out the Amiibo device. But yeah, I apologize for the bad audio. I'm doing this last minute. I have other things to get done today, so I'm kind of having to rush this part. Oh my god, that's loud. The time to load in on this game is nuts. I'm just unboxing the Amiibo device again. I need to change my angle. Okay, I think that looks a little bit better. I never actually beat this game. I don't know, man. Like, it felt more Fire Emblem than Three Houses, don't get me wrong, and I did like it more than Three Houses. As much as I loved Three Houses, at least the gameplay side, there was less boring stuff in this game, but I miss the old tactic. You have 0 out of 5 scans remaining? What do you mean? I haven't played this game in months! Scans will refresh in 23 hours. I don't think I've ever even used an Amiibo on this game. I only own like the one Fire Emblem Amiibo. Alright, let's try Kirby. Not that this game really has like exciting Amiibo use in it. Nintendo, in my opinion, just doesn't make good enough use of the Amiibo system. Yeah, actually, almost 100% of this game, I have like 1 or 2 things left to do, and I just kind of stopped playing. Oh, okay, just in the pause menu, Amiibo, use Amiibo. Alright, so Amiibo emulator. Amiibo, others, and let's see if there's just the folder for Kirby. Yes, there is. Perfect. Yeah, this game doesn't really make like exciting use of the Amiibo at all. Let's go with Meta Knight. So if we select him, is that all we have to do? Just on this screen. Hey, okay, it worked. I mean, it's just an NFC cloner. That's literally all this thing is. But it has some benefits to it. I mean, again, it's kind of piracy, so I'm not really endorsing it. But it does have some, use case here. Because you can, upload your own Amiibo to this thing. It said that there's external storage, so you can probably have to take it apart to get to it. But you could literally just offload all of your personal Amiibo onto it, right? Because you could just duplicate the NFC tag and throw it on here. I didn't expect it to not work, to be fair. But it works easier than I thought. I mean, the menus aren't like super clean and easy to understand, but I mean, they're not really complicated either. If you just want to scan an Amiibo, you can do it like waddled.bin. So we pick our Switch back up, go to Amiibo, it goes, hey, tap here, and I go, boop, Waddle Dee, and it's, bam, it gives me my boost item and my star coins, which I literally just do not need. But like, it works. It kind of does what you would expect. Also, there's the shelf for HAL Laboratory here. Yeah, play Kirby the Forgotten Land. This game is fantastic. Like I said, I've almost 100%ed it. I don't even have that much time to play games. And like, I put in the time for this. I did not mean to jump onto that star, by the way. The co-op is also just like super fun. I legitimately cannot recommend this game enough. I'm not even a platformer guy, but this isn't like that much platforming. Anyways, that segment was too long. It works.
Now, I'm not endorsing this product, but it does exist. I should note, I'm going to be trying it out after I'm done filming all of this, so I haven't seen how well it works yet. Alright, next up, we have a plain package here. Okay, that was kind of a pain to open. I could have probably just used my knife. Oh, okay. I remember ordering these. I had no idea what they were. Sunny Angel Hippers Pokemon series. And, okay, adhesive tape. So is it literally just meant to go on anything? I kept seeing that shape on their stomach, and I was like, I don't get what these are for. But we have 2 boxes. It's weird that they ship the box, but they don't ship them, like, in the box. There, I built one of the boxes. Are you happy? So, inside, we have 2 mystery bags. I'm guessing these are normally supposed to be inside of the box. So let's open this up. And I firmly believe that these are likely to be official. They're probably like Chinese market only, if I had to guess. Well, I don't see Chinese market only. Okay. So let's pull out the first one, and that is definitely Charmander-esque. Looks kind of funky. He's weirdly like glossy and shiny, and we can just pop his head off. We'll put it back on like that. Kind of a weird choice to let you do that. So that does have some tape on it, but we could try to stick it to something. Here, we'll see if we can get our Charmander to ride our Steelix. So peel that off. And there's a bit of like a gooey tape on that. But we'll stick it to the back of the Steelix. Wow, that just kind of went on pretty easy. Okay, we have a Charmander riding a Steelix. Again, he looks a little funny. I kind of like that. That was a good idea. And our second one. I'm most about these because I had no idea what they were, but that makes more sense. I thought they were like maybe something specific because of that shape, but that shape is just so the adhesive pad fits in. So we have a Snorlax, and once again, we can just like pop his head off, so we could swap their heads. But yep, more adhesive on that Snorlax. He also looks weird because he's like weirdly thin. Come here, Bulbasaur. Alright, if I can get it to stick right there on that tip of the bulb. Oh, yeah, I can. Oh, well, it held on pretty well. That is definitely a product. Although I might unironically keep the Steelix like that. Alright, here's the one I wasn't looking forward to. I didn't realize until after I purchased it, and I was kind of going back to look at, like, shipping and tracking. This looks like it's something that I'm gonna have to build in likely in a handful of pieces. I'm hoping it's not too bad. If you watch my channel, you'll know I hate doing, like, buildable stuff. But we'll end up with little, Riolu here. It's a bit crushed, but we can open it up. Also, with all the stuff on this box, I'm also willing to assume that this is probably official, just likely to be Chinese market only. Those are some pieces. Oh, that's neat. Comes a little card, like a 3D, Riolu on there. That's kind of cool. I like that. That's a cool inclusion. We also have what looks like an advertisement. Okay, no, that's showing you how to build it. That doesn't look too bad. I can do it. I think that's our base right there. Alright, I don't know Chinese, but I will try my best. Alright, we're done. It's perfect. Alright, that's part 1 done. Now the instructions here are a bit more lacking. See, that was all the steps for the Riolu. This looks a bit more mixy. So step 1 is actually just saying to take this and, like, put it on the back leg somehow. I'm guessing like that. Yeah, that's an interesting step 1. Oh, I hate lining these things up. You have to do it off camera. Oh, that has to go on first. The ears like to fall off so easy. Oh, it's facing the wrong way. Maybe I can just like... No, damn it. Okay, I think I got it mostly lined up there. The ears just keep falling off. They don't really like clip in like a lot of the other parts did. Like, I think it showed like a little symbol for like you don't need glue. But I feel like glue would be preferred for the ears. Especially that left one, like it barely goes in. And then these things just kind of like sit there. They don't really like click into this little platform here. Okay, I guess that one kind of did that time. Interesting. I wasn't like leaning them back. That's why I was doing it wrong. Okay, so there it is. It's kind of just like its attack is kind of coming out in front of it. It looks goofy with it being a hand. Like, unironically, I would just like take this thing off and it would look a lot better. But there's the Riolu. It's actually not too bad. That build process wasn't too painful. All right, I know we're getting rid of the box. How dare we? Gonna stick that there. All right, so I told you a couple things in this video are tangentially related to the Pokemons. Well, you can play Pokemon with it. We bought a Nintendo 64 controller from AliExpress. VR Especial. Don't think it's really made for VR. I don't remember what color I got. I know I got one that I don't have like an actual N64 controller like colorway of, just to kind of mix up the collection a bit if it actually ends up being okay. The box was a bit damaged. Now, we are going to do something interesting with this. This is kind of like a two-parter. I did the clear orange. Now, as you tend to expect from these bootleg off-brand, like modern N64 controllers, yeah, there's no Nintendo logo, no branding at all, just the little shape that would normally be there. Our buttons don't feel too bad. Our joystick's always the biggest concern. And I can already say, I already have a pet peeve with this controller that's gonna make me not like it. Like, those feel okay. They don't feel like the OEM, like, N64 controllers. They feel... It's hard to explain it. Like, the click feels cheap, and they both feel kind of different. D-pad is super hollow feeling. Joystick's fine. Like, it's about what I would expect from a N64 joystick. These buttons are all okay to me. Our Z trigger is also just fine. The pet peeve. So first off, yes, it is an actual N64 controller. This isn't one of those like USB made for Switch ones. But this plastic, it is not like the official like clear 64 controllers. It's not the same material at all. Also, we do have our expansion port intact in there with our little trigger. I'm not a plastic expert. I couldn't tell you what they did wrong on this. It's slippery. Like, my hand wants to slide off of it. It doesn't feel like... I don't have a good grip. Like, even it's like trying to hold it like this, like, you know, trigger finger on the Z button, right? That on the joystick. My fingers don't like rest here, but they keep like pulling back when I like try to like do things with it. Like, it's a very minor pet peeve, but it's probably enough that this won't be like a thing that I will normally use. Now, you're probably wondering, okay, cool, how are we going to test it? I actually don't own one of these. Now, this is kind of a dummy version of it, but we have an N64 controller converter. This was also AliExpress, and it's for Nintendo Switch/PC, which can actually be useful for me. We have just kind of images of it here. But when I say it's kind of dumb, it's only a 2-port one. To be fair, there was a 4-port version of this. At the time of purchase, the price was ridiculous. I could have gotten one from a more well-known brand, I suppose, here in the States, which, to be fair, this is all in English, right? So there's a chance that this is, like, more locally made. I doubt it, though. Yeah, that makes more sense. Manufacturer, that is not in English. Although that has a Paris, France address on it. Interesting. But if you're picking one of these up, you're probably going to be going around this route anyways. Not necessarily AliExpress, but, you know, good luck finding, like, a reputable brand in a way. So, we have, it's pretty much what you would expect. Now, there is a toggle back here if you're trying to hook it up to PC or Switch. I'm mostly worried about the Switch. There's a home button, which is interesting, and turbo. Huh, didn't even know about that. I guess if you turn turbo on, you'll just hold a button down and it'll just turbo it, just auto-click. But it is only a 2-port. But that plugs right in there, and then plug it into your Switch or your PC. So, we're going to hook this up to my Switch and test if both of these work. If the controller doesn't work, I'm going to try a different controller with this adapter, because it could mean that either one of these two are bad.
Okay, once again, I apologize for the bad audio. Filming this the day after. Need to get this video out. So interestingly, I haven't tried it yet. I just now did. Joystick? I can control the Switch menu with this, which I didn't really expect, but I assume that's more on Nintendo than anything else. But that means that this appears to be working so far. Yeah, A button gets me through the menus. Now, I did expect the adapter to work. I was iffy on the controller. And I know from a previous video that Pokemon Stadium is a pretty good option for testing out N64 controllers. So I know Start and A work. Oh yeah, okay, I was like, why is it not working? I forgot you can't use the joystick in the main lobby of Pokemon Stadium, but we know our D-pad works. I really just don't care for this controller. Like, the buttons are so funky. And, like, not in a good way. There we go. That's how we test out our bumpers. So, on my, me and my wife's honeymoon, we actually played some Pokemon Stadium on the Switch. It's the whole reason I started paying for this service. And, okay, once again, it feels the same. Like, when I play Pokemon Stadium on actual N64, if you watch my controller repair video, which should be out by the time this video is, you'll see I'm actually not terrible at this minigame. I used to be able to 100% it. I'm not quite that good anymore. There is delay. And I assumed, you know, we were using like wireless Power A controllers, right? I'm using a wired... Oops, okay, that one was on me. We're using a wired N64 controller now. And there's like, watch this. Like, that is some delay, man. It's like we were playing Pokemon Stadium to play some of the minigames. And like, press. Like, it's just, I think it's their emulator. Is this like a thing? Like, I'm starting to regret paying for this service if this is the level of control we can expect. Because I assumed wireless, it's Power A, it's not like a Pro controller or anything. But I mean, yes, this isn't official. But it's like the same level of delay, and I'm on a wired connection now. This could be on the controller. It could be on the controller, just like how it was on the Power A controller. But I'm actually leaning towards it's Nintendo's service. I remember they had like a bunch of issues with the emulation when this first released. Well, I still won. Easy bots are easy. Yeah, on some game modes. But like, I'm willing to just blame it on Nintendo because like, I remember when the N64 thing first released, there were a bunch of emulation issues, like things not rendering correctly and like Ocarina of Time and everything else. So how do you quit? There's a start button to quit, but obviously that, you know, we don't have the same volume of buttons here. Can we like do like Z and... I'm trying like different combos of buttons. So like you really can't back out of the emulator once you're in, because this is just an N64 controller. You don't have like a home button. You don't have, you know what I mean? Like it don't work the way it's supposed to. Yeah, suspend menu, minus. The minus button. But, I mean, it works. I guess I'm blaming that lag on Nintendo. Let me know in the comments, is that an actual thing? And don't just hop in there and be like, well, I tried it and it was okay for me. Like, I want to know, like, from, like, actual sources. Or if you play, like, the N64 thing a lot, right? Like, whether it's with an N64 controller or not. Like, games that have more precise timing, like Pokemon Stadium minigames. Is that delay an issue? But now I have my 50th N64 controller that I probably won't use because I don't like it.
I have seen this thing so many times. So many times going to these Chinese sites. I'm always like, it's just stupid. It's stupid. Like, it's not even going to be that entertaining. At least I don't think so. But I keep seeing it, and I picked up the whole box. Now guys, this is official, okay? It's official Pet Elf. It's only available in China. That's the sticking point. And yet somehow someone will think I was being serious there. So we have Pet Elf Go, and yeah, those are Pokeballs. I'm just gonna start pulling them out one at a time. Now, I'm not a Pokeball expert. I won't be able to really tell you what all of them are. But, I mean, it's not that cheaply made, right? Like, you know, the peeling paint there, and it's a Pokeball from a distance. Pop it open, like, okay, kind of flimsy. So inside, we have a very off-color, poorly painted Venonat. Were you expecting something else? Like, it kind of met my standards. Also, two pieces of paper in here? Okay. Fortress. I'm guessing it's like a sticker, I assume. Then there's a second one for Illuminois, I believe is her name. Don't worry, there's only 11 more to go. That's the Love Ball. I know that one. I know one of my Pokeballs. Oh, Mega Sharpedo. Interesting, they just went straight for the Mega form. And Fortress again. Oh, they've probably only made so many of these. And then we have Ruiniclus. I don't know how to say your name exactly. Yep, painted like a professional. Not Quickball. I was about to say Quickball. I actually don't know. Oh my god, no, Nuzleaf, you're one of my favorite boys. They put you in blackface. Now this video is going to get taken down. It's like Venom took over or little Nuzzelf, little Nuzleaf. Like, oh god, why did they do that? I guess if you want like a Venom version, just like get a paintbrush and add a little bit more like white stripes and stuff to him. All right, let's look at our two paper. Okay, so oh, there's 3 in this one. Oh, wow. That's, Galarian Articuno and Galarian Articuno. Then Arcanine. Now, I was curious about the numbers. I'm not a Pokédex expert. I can't tell you what number every Pokemon is. I don't know about that. See, they were close. If you remove the 1, and then you put a 9 after the 5, then you get the right number. That's not quite the right Quickball design, right? Like, it's the right colors. I don't think that's quite the right design. But we have a very goofy looking Pikachu. They kind of missed the mouth there. Then we have Aeolin Grimer and Mewtwo Y. Or is that X? I think that's Y, right? The Level Ball is next, if I'm correct. Pop that open. Oh wow, another Fortress and Venomoth. Then, oh man. I just don't have words. What? Why the red? Why the red on the top there? All right, the Heavy Ball, I think. Maybe I'm better with Pokeballs than I thought, if that's correct. Yep, that's a Hitmonlee. I mean, honestly, probably one of the best ones we've seen. It's still terrible, but probably one of the best ones that we've seen. Aeolin Raticate and the Ninetales, number 120. Okay, that one just kind of popped off, but we have our GS ball. They actually got the GS on there. The rest of the ball was like stuck in the box. I'm sorry I made you look at that. Pupitar and Nosepass. It's pink with like a water drop. Okay. I can... Jesus, some of these are like a little bit harder to open than they should be. Arcanine, Aeolin Grimer, and Lyron, they did the same thing to you. He's also venom possessed. At least they added the white dots, right? It adds a bit more to it. They kind of missed on that side, but they did their own. This is their own artistic design. All right, we have our Master Ball. Surely this is gonna have the best one. And actually, you know what? It's better than the Hitmonlee. I'll give him that. We have our Seadra. It's not awful. Not good. Not awful. Kakuna and Heracross. I don't know. I'm gonna say Safari. It's probably not Safari. It actually looks like this might be another one of those designs that they kind of messed up. Speaking of designs that they messed up. Right on. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, buddy. Now they're going with Whiteface. More of cream. More of a cream in color. We have the Regirock and Nidoqueen. 2 more to go, thank God. We have the Great Ball here, Mega Swampert, and, well, yeah, Swampert, right? No, yes, no. Words mixed up, Mr. Mime. Not words mixed up, brain mixed up. And, yep, back to the cursed ones. And lastly, we have the Ultra Ball. So, pop it open, and, yeah, Petalil exists. Magnemite, well, Magneton and Victory Bell. Are you happy? Are you happy now? All right, I have a mess to clean up. I just took the tray out. We're just gonna throw all these things back in here and pretend that this never happened. Ta-da! All plastic waste. Yeah, wife can make something out of those, make them, you know, serve a purpose. So I am saving what I think is gonna be the most exciting thing till the end. So in the meantime, man, I have to keep buying them. I can't not do it. When I see it, and I know I'm going to be doing an AliExpress video, I just pick it up. So we usually don't see any typos or anything fun. Icicle Soul, maybe? Anything like funny with like little promo that they throw in the bottom of these. In case you're wondering, yes, these are all fake cards. The 10 is a bit different than the ones we've seen before. We haven't mostly been getting Twilight Masquerade, but it's at least a different design. But let's see if we have any funny cards to make fun of. I'm going to point out here, off the bat, I am dyslexic, and I'm trying to film a video for entertainment. So I'm not going to sit there on every card for 5 minutes looking for typos, and I'm going to miss them because, again, I'm dyslexic. So feel free to point out all of the ones that I miss in the comment section down below. But we have Veluzia. Neat. A lot of the times the issues you're going to see are going to be down here, like this one, where there's no spaces between some of those words. There's like agility period. The charges edits is all one word. Yeah, you tend to see a lot of that. I mostly get happy when it's the name that's messed up. That's my favorite typo to get, or an attack. Zeraora, Noctowl, Garnackle. Again, I won't know how to spell your name to begin with. I feel like that's spelled wrong, but I can't correct you either. Oops, I keep grabbing like 2. These are really crappy quality. I should probably point that out. Turtonator looks okay. Gavantula, we've seen that one before, I believe. Sazazzle, the Phalanx, Orthworm EX, Raging Bolt, the Gouging Fire EX. I'm not seeing anything super funny. I'm actually kind of getting a bit sad. I could be looking down here more, but I've seen so many, even with like the spacing issues and stuff down there. I don't care that much. Like it's not as funny to me. Like I'll go through these more later to like, you know, throw some in my fake card collection. I think I might have skipped that one. Iron Boulder, Caracosta, Rhyperior. We're not gonna get any of the good ones in this, are we? Luminion, the Grim Snarl, Metacham. Come on, where are the funnies? See, it's like that, right? It can sprint at as all one word with a lowercase I at the start. Over 70 is one word. Miles per hour while carrying A, all one word. Like, you see that a lot with these. Gavantula EX again, but it's a different one this time. Blastoise EX. Might be more spaces there than there should be, I don't know. Bombardier, Terapagos EX, Azumarill. Oh, come on. Give me one messed up, funny name like Abta. Abta was my favorite fake card that we found in one of these videos. Slow King, Metacham, Walking Wake EX. That one's backwards. Swalot, and flip it around, we have a Miraidon EX. Sure. And then lastly, we've actually seen this one a handful of times, the AG/EX. Lame. Well, that one was disappointing. But we actually need to keep one of these cards out for our next item. I'll grab an official card as well. So I got these. These are sleeves that I just don't understand. The whole point of these sleeves is that they're all sparkly and glittery, right? So you can take I guess both sides are. That's interesting. You can take a card that is not normally a holo. You can throw it in this cheap sleeve, which is like certainly not a perfect fit. And now it has like a shattered glass holo effect. Are both sides shattered glass? Yeah, that's kind of what I expected. It feels cheap to me. Like, if you want to do this, then go for it. I don't understand it. Like, on the same side, these are like Chinese sleeves. They feel weird. Like, they're oddly, like, thick. They might not be non-acidic, so there's a chance that they could even damage your cards. But there's an official card, this Xerneas. And, like, the effect doesn't look terrible on camera. I should probably point that out. It doesn't look great. In person, it just feels so cheap, because you can, like, actually, like, see the depth where, like, the sleeve comes apart and stuff, and it's just, I don't understand it. I just figured I would check him out. What it reminds me of is growing up, like, going to, like, the flea market and buying, like, super fake Yu-Gi-Oh cards that dumb child me didn't know were fake. A lot of them had this overblown, like, hollow effect to them. Like, pretty similar to this, like, shattered glass. And it just feels like, you know, you're just putting that fake, like, hollow effect on official stuff. Like, let me know in the comment section down below, like, do you use something like this? Do you like them? Like, I don't get it personally, but explain yourself. Alright, time for more tangentially related to Pokemon. Our last item, which I have been kind of excited for. There's a chance that this thing is complete trash. There's a chance that it's kind of usable. While the handheld market has been blowing up as of late, you have the Steam Deck, Neo just putting out better and more stuff. They've all kind of been around for a while. You had Lenovo get in on the game. It looks like Sony and Xbox might be getting in on the game. Like, handhelds are getting bigger, and the idea of, like, retro emulators, that's blowing up. There's a bunch of those going out, you know, in the wild now. The Chinese market has always been there. They've always been making these things. That doesn't mean that they're good. So let's find out. Never heard of this before. It's not one of, like, those things that I've seen, like, on YouTube, because, you know, there's some of those, like, blow up because they're super good or whatever. When I say tangentially related to Pokemon, we're gonna see if there's any on here. So, resolution screen high, 640 by 480. I'll just cut that tape, it's fine. There we go. Alright, let's unbox it. That's a beautiful display. Okay, let's see our handheld. I mean, it's not terrible, right? I always forget to turn my light off in this room. I literally don't need it. I have studio lights. Alright, so first impression. The back triggers here, really thunky. Not like in a terrible way, though. I'll say that. Joysticks don't have L3 and R3, so they don't click down. They kind of remind me of like the PS Vita joysticks in a way. Our buttons are labeled underneath the button itself. I will say this thing does feel kind of cheap and hollow, but like the actual plastic material and stuff isn't complete trash. Select menu start. We have our D-pad, which, ooh, spongy. Yeah, platformer fans are not going to like this thing. So there is actually an SD card slot here, which I can't get it to eject, but there is one. We have our volume rocker right here. So it's saying that's for gamepad, so you can do an external controller. TV, so you can get video out, and you do have a USB-C charger. Hopefully it actually does a stick battery. We have power and reset. Let's look at the rest before we go turning this on. Alright, so we do have our one-channel audio and video out coming out of this little aux cable. So if you wanted to put this thing on your TV, you just plug that in there and bam. You see this with these knockoff consoles all the time. Then we have a dinky little USB-C charger. We have the video player. That is definitely a manual. So it is worth noting that it showed somewhere on here. Yeah, this shows that there's like a controller that you can get. But I guess my version didn't come with that. So let's just see if it happens to already have some charge. Just hit that power button. Oh! I saw a blue light. Okay, I think it's that. That could have been bad. I started to just, like, I have this USB-C cable plugged into my PC, and I'm like, I can probably charge it with that. There is no way I'm plugging this into my PC. Alright, plug it in, and we do actually get a little purple charging light there. Oh my god, that is a screen. Okay, we are... That is a noise that it is making, for sure. I don't know, let's go to photo. Veer by iStock, and, okay, we have 2 photos. All of the buttons make noise. Movie. Phillips. Is this just like a default, like, let me turn that down. Is this just like a default, like, thing that you would play on, like, a display TV? There's also video.mp4. Finest detail. Look at that finest detail. And to be fair, it's not the worst looking screen. Like, it's fine, it's doable. There are 3 songs on here. You want to listen to potentially pirated music? Yep, that sounds like I'm gonna get my video taken down. Oh god, it's still playing. Okay, I learned how to kill it. Ebook. Does it come? Okay, ebooks. This is my favorite story. I love just white text on black screen. So we do have settings back here. Turn that backlight up. There we go, brighter backlight. Okay, that turns off the annoying popping, thank god. Product info. Okay, so there's an extra 9 gigs on here. Okay, so we have NES, Game Boy Color, SFC. I'm guessing that's just like the SNES based on the controller. MD, GBA, MAME, CPS, FC for Famicom, Game Boy, SMC, SMD. Okay, I see Crash Bandicoot. Let's try this one. Something tells me that this is not Crash Bandicoot. Yeah, I mean, I'm not really getting any lag. Now, will the joystick work in this game? Or is it going to be configured only for D-pad? Okay, so joystick does work. That's good to know. Also, apparently this Taz game, you just, like, instantly die. So I have spin, I have fire. Bam, I made it. So we have Pokemon 1 and Pokemon 2 unofficial. At least they're, like, straightforward about it. What am I looking at? Okay. We might have found, like, a winner here. Stage 1, In the Forest. Oh, yep, I've definitely seen this. I can't remember what game this is cloning, but this is kind of like a classic, like, Pokemon ROM hack. Not ROM hack. I guess it is technically a ROM hack, right? It's a ROM hack of a different game. Where they just kind of put Pikachu in it. I have no idea what I'm doing. I don't do platformers at all. Yeah, this is definitely a game that they chose to put on here. But there is Pokemon 2. Okay, this looks a bit different. My jump button is in a different spot. I don't know what game this is taking from. Okay, I can throw Pokeballs, but they just, like, kill my opponent. Oh, okay. Oh, I'm out of Pokeballs? I can't throw anymore. My triggers do anything? Oh, both joysticks can be used for... Okay, no, wait. Okay, that joystick is kind of broken. Alright. Okay, bouncing on heads, traditional. Okay, well, I got hurt, but it knocked me into a kill. Okay, so I can grab balls from here, and then I can use those as ammunition. So yeah, I have 6 down there in the bottom left. I didn't even notice that. Yeah, I don't know what game this is a bootleg of. Okay, there is a Weedle. Okay, Pidgeot. Interesting. Okay, so there's more to this than I originally thought. It would be nice if these were in alphabetical order. Okay, there's a crazy amount of NES games. Like, see that scroll bar on the top right? Good God. I like how it says press Y to search and it's in green, but Y is the blue button. And it doesn't work for search. Okay, I'm done trying to look through NES for anything interesting. Whoa, 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 whoa. Pokemon Diamond, you have my interest, sir. This is gonna be Telefang, like 100%. Yep, it's Telefang. So, in a recent AliExpress video, I also played a Telefang game. It was Pokemon Jade. We're not gonna be playing this. It has, like, a very long amount of, like, text and crap at the beginning. But I played it with an actual, like, ROM, like, on a cartridge on my Game Boy. And I gotta say, this is running about as fast as it did on the Game Boy, but now with, unironically, like, not joking, a better screen than the Game Boy SP. Even if there's, like, some, like, light bleeding crap. Alright, we have Pokemon Yellow here. I gotta say, for a device that's meant for ROMs, the lack of fast forward button, come on now. The classic, when you accidentally hit new name. Alright, we are in the room, and, I mean, it's running. A little bit of screen tearing going on, won't lie, but it's not bad. Like, it feels playable. So if we drop a save, is it gonna crash? Okay, no, it took the save. So we're also gonna try hitting this little button. We're gonna hit save here. So that should have just saved my state. So if I were to go, like, downstairs, then we hit load, bam! So we can only save one state, which is kind of annoying, but you can do save states on here. So now the real question is, if I do end, and I go back to Pokemon Yellow, we have two questions to ask here. If we hit load, right back to our save state, perfect. Now we're gonna go in again, and yeah, the actual save doesn't work. That's kind of what I expected. But you also have Silver on here, so you probably have others as well. All right, no ROM hacks there in SFC, whatever MD is. Pokemon Crazy Drummer Pikachu. Wow, okay. That's vibrant. Yeah, practice. What am I looking at? Okay, so none of my buttons are going to actually line up with anything, but it's just like a rhythm game that's been modified to have some, like, Pikachu assets here and there. Okay, there's a lot of GBA as well. Comic Zone, hell yeah. Wow, no Pokemon in Game Boy Advance. That's disappointing, in all honesty. I was hoping to see some, like, Emerald on here. Alright, I'd say we have explored this little guy enough. It's definitely a thing. So what, does record actually work? Oh, there's like an audio recorder. Oh, I think it's just like recording my voice. I guess we can see how great this is. Oh, I think it's just like recording my voice. I guess we can see how great this is. So it's amazing. So if you guys want to see a deeper dive into that thing, let me know. I might actually, like, I'm tempted to, like, hook up the video out and get, like, screen recording, maybe do, like, a whole video on it, but I think we dug into it more than enough for this one AliExpress video. So as always, it is now time for the bonus card of the day. It fell. Explanations will be right down there in that corner. As always, we're going to be playing Guess the Year. Grabbing from the back, we actually have a Magic the Gathering sleeved card. I can assure you this is not a Magic the Gathering card, so this is somebody who, like, collects both. I leave these in the sleeves that they were in when I buy them. No price or anything there. As far as aging, there's a bit of white and stuff down there in that corner, but not terrible. I'm gonna go, like, you know what, let's go a bit older. We're gonna go like 2016. We have 2004. Much older than expected. But it's back in the days of the old EX cards, so we have our Armado EX. It's likely not like a high-valued card, but it is from Pop Series 2, well, Pop Series 1, actually, so maybe it has some value behind it. Either way, I just wanted some more of the old-style EXs for my collection, so you're gonna go back in your Magic the Gathering sleeve for some reason until I get you in something better. But it's not a bad-looking little Armado card, just a little goofy. And I think we're gonna call it there for the 7th episode of AliExpress 10 items. God, I give these Chinese company too much of my money. These Chinese companies. Also, my phone's been going off like crazy. I'm sorry if you guys kept hearing that. Anyways, if you guys liked this video, give it a like, subscribe to the channel down below. If you want to see more of these Chinese videos, just go to my channel, sort by popular, and you'll find them. I'm going to link the Segway Mart video, because that was really fun, and I think that video did not get the love it deserved. So that's going to be right up here, along with a playlist of all of my Pokemon videos if you feel like binging. Thank you guys very much for watching, and hopefully I will see all of you next time. goodbye for now.